Hello everyone, here I am to finally talk to you guys about whatever topic I got. This was actually suggested by a friend. Thank you, SugarKitty15, and I think it's somewhat of an interesting topic. And by the way, before we continue, I just want to say that if you hear any background noise or music, it is because my neighbors are throwing Christmas parties, and who am I to tell them to stop for the sake of my video? So yeah, if you hear that, that's what it is. So by the title of this video, I'm sure that you guys can see what I'm going to talk to you about. It is the pros and the cons of fan art. Everyone should know what fan art is. It is everywhere, and it's hard to ignore since literally everything has a fan base, and I mean literally. I mean, if something as simple as bacon can have multiple websites dedicated to selling bacon-related household items and sanitary products, anything else can too. The reason why I thought this topic would be interesting to do is because when I see videos talking about fan art, usually people are looking at either one side, that being the good or the bad side. In most cases, the bad, and that is where all those cringe compilation videos are coming from. Now, I love cringe as much as the next person, and I surely will be in a cringe compilation one day. But when that's all you focus on, it gets a little stale, at least in my opinion. So talking about the good and the bad sounds like a good time. Now, just to get it out of the way, let's start with the bad stuff, aka the cringe. I'm not going to focus on a single fandom or a single artist. That's not very fair. I'm just going to look at it as a whole. Now, when people talk about bad fan art or show it, it's usually these kinds of things that fall under these categories. They're either crossovers, ships, fetish images, terrible OCs, and just terribly drawn art in general. Now, does this mean that anything involving these things always mean that it's bad? Of course not, but do a lot of bad things come from them? I'd be lying if I said no. Now, whether you agree with it or not, fan art does have a strong impact, and sometimes when there's more bad fan art out there, the worse the fan base can be. Certain fan bases are bad not because they started that way, but because it was shaped by a lot of the bad things that people have either drawn, said, or done. There have been plenty of people who have wanted to join or interact with a certain fan base, but were scared off by the trash that fandom spews. Especially when that fandom has a reputation of gross and sometimes illegal stuff. Then there's been other cases where somebody says that the fandom ruined the show or the movie for them. Of course, that's not something I understand, because I think that that's stupid, but whatever. So as bad as the bad fan art is, it is by no means the end of your fan base. Best case scenario, all it does is scare people away. Worst case scenario, it gets so bad that people actually start to leave the fandom, leaving it to shrivel up and die. Which, I'll be honest, some fandoms actually really need to do that. Alright. With that stuff aside, let's get to the pros. Now, I don't know about every artist on the planet, but with me it's true, and with some of my friends, most artists became interested in art thanks to the topic of this video, fan art. No doubt, most artists' first piece of art was fan art. It's a nice place to start developing your skills, and most likely, you will put a lot of effort into it since it's based off of something or someone that you love. Since there's so many people in a fandom, it's more likely that you'll get recognized and start growing your fan base. You know, for those of you who want to be well-known artists someday. It can make a fan base look so much better when everyone can just get along and everyone remembers that it's just fan creations, and no matter how much shipping art or cringe art you make, it will not affect the source material. So the pros and the cons to making fan art feel even to me, though remember, actions speak louder than words, and if you draw something, you think it might be a little bit embarrassing, maybe think twice about posting it, cause whatever you post is online forever. Anyways, that's going to be it for today, but before I let you go, I just want to say a few things about my upload schedule. If you haven't noticed, the only thing I seem to post weekly is speed draws. Meanwhile, it's videos like these that actually do well and gain some kind of views. Well, that's all thanks to the fact that I don't find a lot of motivation to write script after script, and not to mention, I don't really have many ideas. Also, for those who follow me on Twitter or know me personally would know that lately I've been dealing with some insomnia, so not only is my work schedule messed up, but so is my sleep schedule. So long story short, don't depend on anything more than speed draws for the time being. Whenever I do get good ideas, I will work on them. I just don't want to push videos out for the sake of a deadline, and I hope you understand. So that's about it. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you spend good time with your friends and family. This has been Z, and I'll see you in the next video.